A little while back, I had a really bad idea of buying a vintage bike so that we could ride it in Pisgah and DuPont. I'm going to have Pat take you through this bike a little bit today, describe it. We're going to put it together. We're going to find out what's right with it, what's wrong with it. Anyway, roll the intro.
Welcome to Squatch Bikes.
96 Schwinn Homegrown. This is terrifying. I knew that this was coming, so I did some research. Would you guys like to hear a couple things about this bike? All right, so Schwinn claims that they were aiming for the absolute perfect and impossible balance of efficiency and comfort. This is what they came up with. They said that they absolutely hit the bullseye. They claimed that they won. They did it better than anybody else. They said that the features of standing up with no suspension movement and suspension only working when seated are features that affect your ride, and it's not just marketing fluff. That's what ride tuned means. The pros of this bike are super suspension action. What does that even mean? Super suspension action. Not superb, not super active suspension, just super suspension action. Hardtail pedaling efficiency when out of the saddle. That's not so bad. I think it works, but you give up everything else while riding.
Say that again?
All right, so hardtail-like pedaling efficiency while standing. You know the whole deal. So this bike...
Yeah, but you think about that. 1996, they're telling us this bike is a full suspension bike, but only when you sit.
Right, but they didn't, suspension was terrible. It actually says who designed it. Where did it go? John Castellano? I can't read it. The printing is terrible. We're out of ink. But anyway, let me go over the thumbs down in the review because I like this. Apparently, this bike is the most chain slap happy of the group of four.
Oh, I bet it's chain slap happy.
Gotta love that pre-clutch derailleur, you know? Right. All right, so they say it has an industrial-looking rear triangle. I think the whole thing looks like garbage. So really missed the mark.
I don't know. It's like garbage.
You're going to tell me that this whole... Can you count the triangles? Shall we count the triangles? Let's count the triangles. 1 triangle, 2 triangle, 3 triangle, 4 triangle, 5 triangle? 5 triangles in the bike. That's too many triangles. GT had what? Triple? Yeah. Triple triangles. We got 7. 5 triangles in the bike. We got 7. All right, so basically... Suspension was terrible at this time, so they made this bike to be the most least suspension bike possible, if that makes any sense. Yeah, they want a suspension bike, but they want it to ride like a hardtail, but I guess when you're seated, be more comfortable? Who knows? Let's put it together. It does have 2 wheels, and it has a lot of XTRs. All right, so we've got some cables off. Let's put those together. Do the brakes work? They do. All right, let's get our other brake together here. When's the last time you rode V-brakes in the woods? How about you, John? You ever ride V-brakes in the woods?
Never.
Oh, man. You get terrified faces. Oh, man. You ever seen a derp face? Not like that. Not like V-brake derp face. Coming down on film. Just going to be faces of terror, pure terror. I think I should clip in. But flats seem a little safer. I'm gonna clip in. All right, let's see if it works. It needs a tune-up. We'll tune it up. I can tune it up before I ride it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit safer. It actually has a head tube badge. Modern bike brands, take note. Head tube badges, make a comeback, please. Schwinn, US made, that's nice. We've got Fox Float Alpine 4. It's got air in it, maybe. We've got a Sid Race, Sid XC, Hydra Air, it's oil and air. I believe that's what that means. It's got 2 air caps. We'll have to find that filler cap We don't know if we have that yet. Poor thing's been a little beat up. It's leaking oil. That's okay. We're gonna ride it, I assume, somewhere easy first. Can we do something easy first?
We'll go to ridgeline first.
We'll go to ridgeline first.
I want it to last more than one video.
I don't think it's gonna break. The people that rode this were way harder than we are nowadays. We're soft.
They were tough.
They were way tougher than we are.
Back in my day.
Although they do have luxury gearing. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 chain rings. I wonder if the front shifter works. Oh, that's not working. Shall we measure some stuff?
Yes,
Let's measure some stuff. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know how narrow the bars are or how long the stem is. Okay, including the handlebar grip end plugs, we're at 574 millimeter handlebars. I ride 810s on my normal bike. But I'll tell you what has grown is the stem length. That puts us at...
That looks really weird.
What's grown is the stem. Let me... Oh, wow. That's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. We'll try this again. Stem is at 135 millimeters. That is more than 100 mil longer than I ride on my normal bike. I run like a 31 or 32 mil stem. Reach puts us at... It's a 440 millimeter reach. These are good brakes. Right now they feel like garbage because they're not set up right, but when they're set right, they're gonna be really good. Do you think the suspension works? I see this. That doesn't make me feel good about this. That's a lot of coating and bushing missing on the inside. Let's see if it squishes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm not. Oh. What is that noise? That's not what suspension is supposed to sound like. But it's got a rear shock on it. It does have a rear shock on it. It moves. It's holding air. That's good. Oh, God. Right to the fork bottom. It works, but it doesn't work, and I'm really scared to ride this anywhere. Should we at least, like, spin it around a little bit?
I mean, a little bit. This is going to be so much fun.
I'm going to move some handlebar controls around a little bit, get it set somewhere that makes me a little bit happier. Okay, now my fingers don't get squeezed. Ooh, you know what we should do? We should do a side-by-side drop test of a modern full suspension bike and the Homegrown and see the differences in suspension actuation. Shall we? Oh, yeah. The gears work. Ow. This is gonna be bad. Can it wheelie? Kind of. Oh. So, I can't jump off the curb and land standing or else the shock does nothing. So I need to jump off the...
You should definitely jump off standing and then test it in the saddle.
The shock exploded. Where is it? It blew it blew the rebound knob right out of the shock. Come over here, look at this. Son of a bitch. Oh. 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 I didn't want to break. I didn't mean to break it. Whoa. Look at that thing. At least we know how far the shock compresses now.
All the way, baby.
All the way. We got full travel. Oh man, it's covered in oil now. That was aggressive. I'm sorry guys, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it and we'll get the shock replaced and maybe we'll put a coil on it. Let's put a coil shock on it. Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. But now it's all slack. Look at it. Raked out, baby. All right, bye. Oof.
Well, that brought us to a rather abrupt end in conclusion to this video. We are going to get this thing fixed, and Pat is going to ride it. We are going to get this thing on the trails. But until then, if you're in the Brevard area, come ride with us.